Buying and reselling textbooks can be a frustrating financial decision for college students. Some students purchase their books at the MHC bookstore downtown every semester. Others find it too expensive and switch to buying books from other places. Freshman Corinne Roberts says that last semester she purchased her text from the bookstore. This semester she bought them from Amazon. She says it's cheaper. Roberts spent around $500 on her 6 books last semester. Sophomore Brittany Rodolfo used a voucher to purchase hers. The past 2 years she has purchased them from the MHC bookstore. A book voucher is provided by the school for use at the bookstore. The college takes money out of a student loan and designates a portion of it to be used on needed books. Rodolfo spent several $100s on her books this year. She says it was around $400 last semester and $700 this semester. Neither Rodolfo nor Roberts has attempted to sell their text back to the bookstore. Other students have tried, and in some cases were unhappy. The bookstore offers a 50% buyback plan. Daryl Norton, the bookstore manager, says the store isn't always financially able to buy text back at 50%. Norton says it's up to 50% according to the flyer, and it's 50% if the bookstore needs it, but it really depends on the number it has in stock already. Norton says that some students don't get 50% back because they didn't buy their books at the bookstore. According to Norton, if a student has purchased their text from the Mars Hill bookstore, they have the receipt, and the bookstore is able to use the book next semester, they should get 50% back. Sometimes students find the bookstore will not purchase all titles back. Norton says one reason is because the bookstore cannot afford to buy them all back, especially in cases when the text is overstocked or not required the following semester. He also says that the wholesaler that buys the extra books from the bookstore won't always buy them back either. If the bookstore bought them back, it would be losing money by buying items that it could not sell. He says LAA books are different. Norton says the bookstore cannot buy LAA books for copyright reasons. He says the bookstore purchases the copyright for the LAA books, and the copyright law states that it can only be purchased once. He says that makes it difficult to resell. Sometimes the bookstore is also unable to buy students' text back because it can only purchase a certain number of books. The bookstore will buy books from students who have purchased them online. This makes it difficult for students who bought their books from the bookstore and want to sell them back. If the bookstore sells 8 of the 20 they have in stock, they only need to buy back 8. Some of the 8 they buy back will come from students who bought online. The bookstore doesn't set a time for students who have purchased their text from the bookstore to sell them back at the best price. This is because of the short time publishers provide to return the books back to them. It can be advantageous for students to wait to sell their books back a semester later because some classes are only offered every other semester. This could help get more money for certain titles. Some students find it difficult deciding if they should buy all their required books. Roberts says, "It's hard to decide what to buy between books, parking passes, and food because a lot of people can't afford them all." The bookstore is unable to lower its prices. It is attempting to make it easier on students by providing new services. Norton says that the bookstore is hoping to start providing e-textbooks and book rentals. Students would be able to download books offline for a cheaper price than purchasing a physical copy. Students would also be able to rent books for a semester for a lower cost than purchasing them.